Hey everybody, welcome into the Wager Talk TV YouTube channel. I'm Tony Mejia from sportsmemo.com. Happy July 11th. We're going to be talking about the lone WNBA on the card, one you can watch on Prime as the New York Liberty host the Chicago Sky. And let's start first with this Angel Reese double-double streak. It's at 14 games after she gave backers a heart palpitations on Wednesday afternoon as the Sky came back and defeated the Atlanta Dream, and she got fouled very late in that game, under 10 seconds, hit 2 free throws, and moved that streak to 14. And that was important to a lot of you who were dumb enough to post double-double to the affirmative at minus 270, and that surprises me. And the odds are minus 280 today. She's going to get in foul trouble at some point in this streak. It's not plus 270. It's not even close to plus money. So even though she's done it 14 consecutive times, I don't advise the odds on that. I also don't advise that you go on her page and throw Caitlin Clark GIFs and disparage what she's doing. And I'm sure none of you in the comment section do that here. You're all wonderful boys and girls. But yeah, that's discouraging to see. But I thought it was funny that she tweeted out yesterday that she's going to stop messing around with you guys in terms of giving you heart trouble as far as this double streak goes. But look, this is going to be a very interesting game because it is the first in the Chicago Sky season where they're playing the second of a back-to-back. So we'll see how they handle that. For the New York Liberty, this will be the third time that they play on consecutive nights, and in this case, a second night after a day game. And we're going to talk about that in a little bit. And I also saw in our comment section in the WNBA video I gave out on Tuesday, a winner, by the way, somebody was saying, 4 minutes in and he hasn't given a pick. First of all, this is my video. And second of all, you can always fast forward. So try not to tell people how to do their job. The Liberty come in off of a very early morning camp day win over the Connecticut Sun, took over the supremacy in the WNBA as far as best record is concerned. They moved to 18-4, and even though they're just 9-13 against the spread, they're right where they want to be. The Sky defeated the Dream, as I mentioned, a few hours later, so the Liberty are a little more well-rested, but I mean, the Liberty's game ended before the Sky's game started, and then the Sky had to hop on a plane and get to New York for this game at Barclays Center. The Liberty are a 10-point favorite, which I think is a little bit too much, and the total is at 167 and 167.5-ish, and that's a little bit too high. So the Liberty are 1-1 against the spread in those aforementioned back-to-back situations, but they're just 3-6 ATS in their last 9, and the Chicago Sky are 5-10 over their last 15. Both teams on a bit of an overrun. Maybe that's why this total is a little higher. Over is on an 8-3 run in Chicago Sky games, and the under has actually come in 4 straight Liberty games after they were on a 7-1 run on the high side. So we talked to Angel Reese a little bit. She is averaging 14 points and 11.9 rebounds. And her numbers for this game are 13.5 points, 13.5 rebounds. So that's why the double-double is where it is. But again, she's facing Breanna Stewart, Jonquel Jones, a very physical New York Liberty team that rebounds well. So again, second of a back-to-back. We'll see if she's able to continue that streak and run it to 15. But I certainly am telling you, minus 270, minus 280 odds are not good for you to back that. She can always get in foul trouble, turn an ankle, or just not perform, and she's having a fantastic season. So this is no slight on her. It's just not a smart bet. But she is averaging 14 points and 11.9 rebounds and squarely in the Rookie of the Year race with Caitlin Clark. This is the first of 2 games in 3 days for the Chicago Sky and New York Liberty to get together. They meet on Saturday on ABC in Chicago, and these teams have met twice already this season. The Liberty actually lost the first game at home, so they're looking to get to 1-1 at Barclays against the Sky. That was on May 23rd, and Chicago won as a 16.5-point underdog, cashing on the money line at like 900, 950. So plus 900, 950. That's 9 times your investment great win there for anybody that was crazy enough to bet the Sky that game. Liberty got revenge on June 4th in Chicago as 8.5-point favorites and covered that spread. They won 88-75 thanks to a 23-9 fourth quarter. And Camila Cardozo did play in that game, did not play in the first game, and just was able to play 11 minutes. She is much more of a factor right now. And her and Angel Reese, if the season were to end today, would be the highest scoring rebounding duo in WNBA history. So that's another reason not to bet Reese, is Cardozo also gets her share of boards. Angel Reese had 13 and 10 in the most recent game and had 13 and 9 in that first matchup. So she should perform here, but right around her averages are 13 and 9.5 in this series. This will be the first game that Chicago plays New York without Elizabeth Williams, another talented forward who's out for the season. So Breanna Stewart had 33 points and 14 rebounds in that last game. I would take a look at Jonquel Jones, potentially topping her points, rebounds, and assists, or points and rebounds, but she does hit three-pointers as well. She'll draw people out to the perimeter, especially if she is matched up against Cardozo. She was 0 for 4 from three-point range in the most recent game and had against the Sky, and had 5 points and 12 boards in that first game, the one that the Sky pulled that huge upset in. She was a -20 plus minus. So a talented veteran like that is going to look at this and say, I'm going to bring my best game. So that's one of our plays here. We like Jonquel Jones over her points, rebounds, and assists. Just play her to the over. I think she'll have a good game. The other factor that you need to know, and this is once again why these videos aren't wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. I'm just going to give you a pick for no reason, just because you have minds of your own, I take it. And you should be able to make determinations on your own, not necessarily blindly follow what I say. So this is one thing to know. This is a back-to-back situation after a camp day. WNBA has been doing this for years, and that is where they bring students in from summer camps, or from, if they're still in school, you know, these are summer school students, I guess it went throughout the country. So all of their 5 games on Wednesday were matinees. The earliest one was the Liberty's win over the Connecticut Sun. And that was a grinder of a game. That's something else you should know. Liberty won that game 71-68. It was one of those games that went back and forth after New York took an early lead. They won despite hitting just 3 for 13 three-pointers. But New York played and started that game at 11 a.m. Sandy Brondello, their head coach, had to get them really motivated to get that game going early. So Chicago, a little more of a normal situation, even though they had to travel into this one. That their game started about 3:30 Eastern. So very interesting there. And we also have a situation where Betnijah Laney Hamilton, a key wing for the New York Liberty, mostly plays forward, but she can defend anybody, one of the top defenders in the league, sat out the Connecticut game with a knee injury. They're hoping to have her back today. I think it was a situation where they felt that she wouldn't be able to play in both of these games, and so they gave her an extra time to feel better on her knee. She should be in the mix, but you need to make sure you check on that before you place your bet. Breanna Stewart had 18 points, 14 rebounds, and 3 blocks in that game yesterday. And Sabrina Ionescu, great again, 21 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists. Jones had an 8, 11, and 3. Leon Fibic, the German, played really well, but all 5 starters played over 33 minutes. And only Kayla Thornton and Chennedy Burke came off the bench. So they went 7 deep. They got taxed by a really physical Connecticut team to, again, win their 18th game in a battle where both teams came in with identical records that happened to be the best in the W. So keep that in mind when you're laying these points, even though they have the experience factor on Chicago. Chicago's beat them once, and Chicago fresher legs because they're a little younger, but playing the second of the back-to-back for the first time. So, and for all of you saying that Angel Reese padded stats to get that double-double streak extended yesterday, that's nonsense. She got fouled, and it's not like she was creating the foul. They gave her the ball in the post. Atlanta chose to foul her, and she hit both free throws. And by hitting those free throws, the Chicago Sky covered a 7-point spread. They won 78-69. I was on Chicago, so I was very thankful for that. They closed on an 8-0 run to not only win after trailing most of the third quarter, and they being tied with just over 4 minutes to go. So to cover a 7-point spread, I was very thankful. I think tonight's game is going to be pretty exciting. I would take the points with the Chicago Sky. Our pick for the Wager Talk TV YouTube channel is going to be on the under. And I love Jonquel Jones going to the over on her points and assists prop. And I caution you, stop betting minus 270 props. Don't do that with Angel Reese today. And even if she covers. So that's where we're at for here. Smash that like button for me. Remember, you can watch this game on Prime. You can follow me on Twitter at the address below. Same thing with Sports Memo. The sm.buzz/TDM takes you to my page. I have free picks and package information there. Thank you for watching on 7-Eleven Day. Have a wonderful one, and hopefully it is very profitable. I'm Tony Mejia from sportsmemo.com, wishing you a great day.